Welcome to you all in this online class. Dear student, as you know, today we will discuss about the social and religious causes along with military and immediate causes of the revolt of 1857. I am going to show you PPT. First of all, you see this one that I have described and discussed it in previous class, right? Barrackpur near Calcutta, Mangal Pandey here, Nehru Chopin. So this is the PPT for course and separation. Actually, before this, I want to show the other one. Now you show other one. This is causes of the revolt of 1857, about which yesterday we have discussed. All the points were discussed and sufficient information and knowledge was given to you in my online class. I have also tried to train you how will you make the correct form of answer of CBSE based question. Here these are given about the political and economic causes you have already discussed. Here is the social and religious causes that we have discussed yesterday. Here you know the social causes were as follows. First, the British interfered in Hindu customs and traditions, which annoyed many Indians, and they stood up against the British, right? They stood up against the British. I think my voice is clear. Through your chat box, you can inform me. Is it audible? So in this way, you have learned the British interfered in Hindu customs and traditions, which annoyed Indians, and they stood up against the British, and it became the cause of the revolt of 1857. Yesterday, I have told you which type of interference of the British made Hindu hostile to them. Here, the images are given. First is about the Sati Pratha, Sati system, right? Where the newly widow had to burn with the funeral pyre of her husband. Actually, it was an inhuman practice, right? Many Indians also were against this view, and as you know, the prominent advocate or prominent supporter to ban the Sati system was Raja Ram Mohan Roy and so many other intellectuals. So the British government interfered and stopped this Sati system. It was declared as a crime. It was banned. But most of other Hindus who were not well literate, those who are illiterate and narrow-minded persons, actually they took it against their religious sentiment, and it became one of the causes. Second one was Western education was provided to them, so they feared that their traditional education and learning would be destroyed. It is why many educated Indians were against the British, because they wanted to highlight the Eastern learning, Eastern knowledge in the schools and colleges, while the British was against it. And next was what? Conversion of Indians into Christianity. Here you see One is Indian. He got married with her and became the Christian. He accepted the Christianity. Earlier he was Hindu, later on he became the Christianity. And the government gave a right to this person to have the share in their ancestral property. I mean, earlier there was no right to any converted Christians or Indians into different religion have the right in their paternal property. They nothing was given as a share of their property. They were outcasted. They were ordered to leave the village or the living place. But the British government ended this tradition and made a rule according to which converted Christian also could get the share in the paternal property of Hindus, of his paternal property. So all these actions taken by the British were understood just like the interference in custom and tradition. Here you see the widow scene. In those days, widows were uh, compelled by the society to live in such a simple way. Even they were not allowed to wear the colorful sari, right? And whole life they had to live in very miserable condition. Imagine any woman, newly married woman, whose husband used to die, what would happen with her in whole life, right? So since there was no any way, no any permission of the society to marry again or to remarriage, that is why this was just like the social evils. And the government took a step in this regard, and he allowed the uh, widow to remarriage. Actually, this was also opposed by many Indians. They took it as the destructive steps to their religion, and it is why socially the people were annoyed and they revolted against the British. Now, yesterday we have already discussed it. Now, next is what? This one. Next, this is a part of social and religious causes. Other social and religious cause was fear created by the spread of railways. Here you see, railway was started by the company. As you know, in 1853, first railway was started in India between Mumbai to Thane. And after that, it was enlarged. This spread of railway also created fear in the heart of Indians because they used to think by the help of the railway, the British wanted to make them impure in caste, or they wanted to bring impurity in their caste, because all have to sit together in railway compartment. They used to touch with each other, and in those days when there was untouchability in society, where so-called upper caste people do not want to touch to some lower caste or untouchables, but they have to sit together, and in this way their caste purity was not safe. This also became one of the reason of the protest or the social reason of the revolt of 1857. Next was policy of social discrimination. Europeans used to consider them, think them, believe them that they were superior, advanced, progressive, modern than the Indians. They used to think Indians were barbaric, uncultured, uncivilized, and actually it hurt to the Indians. It was just like humiliation. Indians were not allowed to live together with European. They were not allowed to enter in the schools and colleges where the European students used to study. They were not allowed to come in the park, in cinema hall, which was reserved for the Europeans. Even they could not share the bathrooms or public places which were reserved for the Europeans. So these were the cause of antagonism or reaction or ill feelings or resentment of Indians against the British. And third one, British did not allow any Indians to travel into first class compartment because they used to think this was reserved for only the civilized class or for Europeans. And you have listened all the story about Mahatma Gandhi, who was thrown away from the first class compartment by the Europeans when he got into compartment to sit while he had booked the ticket also. So these were the social reasons. Now next one you see military causes. Yesterday we have discussed there was no scope of promotion or awards for the Indian soldiers by the help of whom the British had extended their empire not only in India but also in many parts of the world. They used to humiliate, ill-treated the Indian soldiers. The British officer always used to abuse or ill-treated with Indian soldiers. They never behaved with Indians equally. It also brought the ill feeling in Indian army, I mean Indian soldiers against the British. Next, salary was not same to the Indian soldiers, or it was not same of Indian soldiers to the European soldiers. Indian European soldiers were paid more than the Indian soldiers. So this also became one of the cause of reaction. And last one is what? The Act of 1856 was passed according to which it was made compulsory, right, mandatory, necessary to serve overseas. I mean to uh, go even foreign countries by crossing the sea for the service of Europeans or as the British Army to fight against the enemy of British anywhere in the world. It was not as per the religious faith or belief of Indian soldiers, because in those days people used to think their caste unity will be lost away if they cross the sea. But as per the law, as per this rule, Indian soldiers have to cross the sea to visit other countries. It is why it also became one of the military cause of the revolt of 1857. Now, there is the immediate cause, you know, there is the immediate cause. An immediate cause is what? The okay was the use of Enfield rifle. A new rifle was introduced into British Army that was called Enfield rifle. In this rifle, the cartridge, जिसको आप गोली बोलते हो, cartouche, was used in a different way. Actually, the cartridge top layer was made of a paper that was greased, I mean pasted with a grease composed of beef and pig fat, right? Beef means cow meat, cow flesh, cow meat. So in this way, both cow and pig, both are detestable for Hindu and Muslim both. Cow is very sacred for Hindus, to sacred to Hindus, and pig was detestable for Muslims. While the first layer, I mean the wrapper, upper wrapper of the cartridge was to be beaten off before loading it into rifle. And both Hindu and Muslim soldiers took it against their religious faith, religious belief. So Hindus and Muslim soldiers refused to use them because cow is sacred to Hindus and pig is detestable to the Muslims. But the British officer compelled Indian soldiers to use it. So there was a soldier named Mangal Pandey. He refused to use it. When he was compelled and ill-treated by the British officer, he shot down his officer, sergeant. After that, Mangal Pandey was arrested. He was brought under the trial and verdict was given to execute him, I mean hang him, hang to death. फांसी की सजा सुनाई गई, and having doing this, the revolt is started. Okay, so in this way, this lesson we have learned yesterday. Here, one map is also here, right? Actually, in some map, some location, maybe slight differences can be brought, but these are the main centers of revolt, you know, about which you will read in the next slide. Here, Meerut, Bareilly, Delhi, Lucknow, Banaras, Awadh, Ara, I mean Patna, Bihar, Barakpur, Calcutta, Kanpur, Jhansi, Gwalior, right? Satara, all these are the places where revolt of 1857 broke out. This is very important from the purpose of examination, I mean from the examination point of view, because 3 marks question comes to locate the important centers on the given map of India. So I want to say that you must be in practice. All the centers of the revolt, maximum centers of the revolt are written in your book, in your exercise. Study it properly, get the map and do the practice, right? In your exercise also, in question, map skill related question is given, right? So you do practice, because this type of question comes generally in half yearly and annual examination. Here you see the page number 134, where the question is given: on an outline political map of India, locate and label, name the place to which the following leaders of the revolt of 1857 belong. Right? 1857 belong. So now, actually, this is related with the other slides that I have already prepared for you, right? Here you see, actually it was prepared for you for next class, but we have the sufficient time. Let we discuss, and when time will come, I will repeat it if it is needed, if it will be needed. Here you see the different, I mean course and suppression. Course here, what were the area of the revolt or the time or period of the revolt? Where did the revolt spread? No. And related to this matter, in the map, name of place is given. Here in your book, some twisted question is given because you have learned not only the name of the center but also the leaders. First of all, you know Barakpur. In Barakpur, as you know, it is near Calcutta, where Mangal Pandey on 29 March 1857 has started this revolt. Actually, he gunned down one sergeant, and after that, the soldiers there, they revolted against the system, and after that, at other places also, uh, revolt broke out. For example, Meerut. Meerut saw the open revolt on April 9, 1857. After that, on May 10th, 1857, the regiment in Meerut, I mean British Army, a troop, a part of Indian soldier at Meerut also broke out. Yes, sir, brief means cause martial. Very good. Now next is what? One of you have asked me what is the meaning of recruit. Recruit means appoint, right? Recruit means appoint. Recruitment means appointment. Okay, is any problem? Now next is Delhi. As you know, the rebels came on Delhi to capture this city, to ransack the public places, and to kill the British officers and Englishmen. And most important work was to declare Bahadur Shah Jafar or Bahadur Shah II, Bahadur Shah Jafar II as their leader. After that, in Kanpur also, the revolt broke out under the leadership of Nana Sahib and Tatya Tope. Awadh was also the center of the revolt, where Begum Hazrat Mahal led the movement. Jhansi was also the center, where Rani Lakshmi Bai led the revolt, and along with Jhansi, I mean in central India also. And there were other places like Bareilly, Agra, Benares, Ara in Bihar, where Babu Kumar Singh has led the movement, revolt. So these are the courses of the revolt. These are the places, centers of revolt. And your map work is also related with these slides. Here, your question is what? Name the places where Bahadur Shah Jafar led the movement. In your book, this is the question. Now, all the leaders' pictures I have set at a place to show you. First, you say, have you understood all these facts? These are the centers of revolt and the leaders. Is it clear? Now you see the images of the leaders. Very valuable slides. First, you say Bahadur Shah Jafar, the leader of the revolt and the last Mughal emperor of India. Bahadur Shah Jafar. Next, Mangal Pandey, you know sufficient about him. Tatya Tope, Kanpur and Nana Sahib, both. Right? Next, from Jhansi, Rani Lakshmi Bai. Here, Hazrat Begum Mahal from Awadh. And this one, Babu Kumar Singh from Bihar, Ara. So these were the greatest leaders of this revolt. Here, for your extra knowledge, I have brought this information for you. These are the centers: Delhi, Bahadur Shah, and Waqt Khan were the leader. The British suppressors, I mean who suppressed, calmed down, broke down the revolt, and pacified the revolt, were John Nicholson and Hudson. Here Banaras, leader was Liaquat Ali. British officers was James Neal. Kanpur, Nana Sahib and Tatya Tope and Azimullah Khan. The suppression, I mean the British officer who suppressed, controlled the revolt was Campbell and Havelock. Next was Jhansi, leader was Rani Lakshmi Bai, and Sir Hughes Road was the suppression, I mean British officer who suppressed the revolt. एक कहावत है वहां, झांसी में लक्ष्मी हर झांसी में हर रोज लक्ष्मी की पूजा होती है. तो एक एक वर्ड से लिया गया. मैं बाद में जब क्लास खुलेगा तो मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि सर ह्यूज रोज को याद करने के लिए ये बनाया गया है. लेट इट बी. बरेली एंड लीडर वाज खान बहादुर खान एंड British suppressor or officer was Sir Colin Campbell. And last one अवध. आरा है, यहाँ अवध बिहार दिया है. उस वक्त यहाँ होना चाहिए बिहार. वीर कुंवर सिंह and William Taylor and Vincent Iyer was the British officers who controlled it. So you have learned about the suppression, about the centers and separation. You know here separation. But there were some leaders. ये भी question आता है. Tell the name of the leaders who did not participate revolt. They were leaders of Punjab. I mean कुछ सिख लोग थे जिन्होंने साथ नहीं दिया था. उसके बाद निजाम ऑफ हैदराबाद, यहाँ है निजाम ऑफ हैदराबाद ये हैं. And Sindhia of Gwalior. They had not participated in the revolt. Next was the Madras and Bombay regiment. Last one is Afghan and Gurkhas who remained loyal, I mean faithful to the British. These are the pictures. There is a question in your exercise. Name the leaders who did not participate in revolt. I think this slide will help you a lot. How did the revolt was suppressed? I mean pacified, broke down. Delhi was freed from the rebels by the British. So Delhi was again recaptured. Delhi was recaptured by the British. Kashmiri Gate was blown up where there were many rebels. Many of them died, burnt. Hundreds of people were killed at a time. Massacre took place. It was done by the British to create fear and terror in the heart and mind of the Indians so that they could flee away from the centers or revolt areas. Next was Bahadur Shah Jafar. He was captured, brought under trial and exiled to Rangoon. उनको देश निकाला दिया गया, देश से बाहर रहने की इजाजत दी गई. He went to Rangoon, Burma, and he died there. His two sons were killed brutally and very mercilessly by the British because they said they were responsible to kill so many British or English men. Right? Here Jallianwala Bagh massacre is not a fact. Now, this story about which you are studying is of 1857, and you know Jallianwala Bagh massacre has taken place in 1919. Far away, I mean very. Right? Next is Lucknow recaptured by the British. Rani Lakshmi Bai was killed in fight. Tatya Tope was captured and hanged to death. And in this way, there was no leader to lead the revolt, and slowly all the centers, the rebels of all the centers pulled down, and in this way, Indian failed. The revolt of 1857 failed, right? And after that, you will learn what were the reasons of the causes of failure of the revolt. 1 minute here. Next day I will discuss, but you know, here all points from your exercise there. It broke out before the fixed date. It could be spread in many parts at a time if it used to break in time. And if it would happen so, if if it were happened so, had it happened so, it would be very difficult for the British to control. Next, there was no unity among rebels because they were fighting for their own cause. There was no sense of nationalism. I mean, they never believed or developed a sense that whole India is their own nation. They did not fight for the common cause. So there was lack of common ideas. Some were fighting for their own kingdom, for pensions and other things. It was not widespread. It was limited to north and central India. It is why it fell. Indian army had not sophisticated weapons and disciplined army, while the Britishers were disciplined and they had the sophisticated women, very modern and deadly weapons. And last one, Indian rebels had not a good quality of leadership. They were not strong, neither strong nor gave the real direction to the rebels. So these are the main causes of the failure of the revolt. Okay, by the help of book you can clear it. If not, you can send your message on my WhatsApp group, or in next class your query will be cleared. Thank you. Now I'm going to unmute you all. Now, if you want to ask a question, anything, you can ask, unmute yourself.